Hi, welcome to a video that I've been wanting to make for so very long. This is tier ranking all of my hats. Well, not all of them, but most of my hats. So if you know me, you know that I love hats of all shapes and sizes, and I thought it'd be a fun idea to tier rank them. Now, as you can tell, we are flying by the absolute seat of our pants, so bear with us with this setup, but we'll have a good time. So, as you can see, we have a tier list set up on the grass. And what I'm going to do is just pull a hat, talk a little bit about it, and then rank it. Let's get started. All right, so our first hat is this 2017 Warriors Championships hat. It's a good hat. I don't wear it very often. I want to kind of keep it fresh and clean, so it's kind of a nice hat. A guy that was a former coworker of mine had this exact one too, so it's pretty cool. But honestly, it's nothing special. I got it as a Christmas gift, which I love. Although I'm gonna put it a C. Solid in the middle, not too exciting, not too special. Alrighty, Sacramento Kings hat, all black, purple inside. I believe it's a gas station pickup. I got this up from a trade. It's a permanent trade, so it's sort of indefinite. Really cool hat. Fits great also. Fits great. Looks good. You know, just cool to kind of represent Sacramento. This one's high A hat. It's a high A tier hat. High A tier. All right, next up we have Dump Him. This one I got at Urban Outfitters, and it's a funny hat. It's kind of a nice fit. It's a nice high bowl, sort of like an LA kind of style hat, almost like you feel sort of drippy in it. So it's a good one. Again, funny message. I've seen this model of a hat with this lettering with other things. Like I've seen the word Giants on it. So it's, nothing too special, but I'd give it kind of a B just because it's cool, but it's not an everyday wear. It's a little too sort of drippy for me. Alrighty, next, Gettysburg, July 1863. Absolute classic hat. Such a good hat. Fits great. Very thin. The bowl is pretty shallow. It's pretty thin, but it's an absolute workhorse of a hat. I've worn it so many places. Summer of 2017, it was a big hat for me. So I'm going to give this one an A. Solid A. I'm actually going to put it higher than this one just because of its sentimental value. I thought I lost it one time. It was really sad, but it's a good one. Alrighty, next is this super funny hat. If you know this logo, it's the Obama Biden 2008 camp. Obama Biden 2008 hat. It's a really funny fit. It's kind of athletic material. It's really squishy. It's a tad too small. It's like just too small. So I seldomly wear it. It's probably one of my least worn hats, honestly, that I have. Not even joking. But it's just so funny. I mean, it's so classic. It has Biden's name on it. It has Obama's name on it. It looks funny if you wear it backwards. It looks funny if you wear it forwards. Although, not a very utilitarian hat for me. So I'm going to go with an E tier. It's just kind of there. It's more for the kind of history value than the actual wearability. So that's where that one is. Next up, classic NASA with the embroidered American flag patch. Solid hat, really solid hat. Great build, great fit, good sturdyability. I got it as a gift from Miami, from my then girlfriend in high school. So had it for a while, good hat. Almost gave it away. I've given it to members of my family for some periods of time, but it's always come back and definitely want to keep it because it's a solid hat. I'm going to give this one a B as well because it's reliable, solid, and kind of a funny message. I mean, I don't like the American flag, but it's all right. Stereograph Biphaser, super random hat. Don't really know what a Stereograph Biphaser is. Again, shallow fit, but good. I mean, solid. People ask, what does your hat say whenever I wear it? It's a good build, although it's a little shallow. Again, don't wear it too often. It's not one that I'm going for often. although it's just pretty funny. And again, I believe it's my brother's, and I'm just sort of permanently kind of keeping over it. So it's a good one. I'm going to give it a C. You know, it's kind of middle of the pack. Middle of the pack. Not too exciting. Whoops, got two. Alrighty, here we have Bucher Vineyard. Fantastic hat. Interesting build. It's very shallow, the bowl. You know, it doesn't quite fit like tightly, or too tight in some places and not tight in other places. That's what she said. And not my altogether favorite fit, but it's an interesting material. It's sort of nylon-y, but also has that kind of cottony canvas feel. And of course, Bucher Vineyard, if you know, you know. And super cool. I found this thrifting, and I immediately got it because I was so blown away by it. I'm going to give this one a low A tier. It's a low A tier hat. It's a low A tier hat. Next one, Mother Nature. So this hat, if you can see, it says Mother on it, and it's like a sort of Realtree camo. This again, Urban Outfitters purchase, and it's really not me. There's one that says Daddy, and then the one that says Mother. Didn't really feel attached to the Daddy one, and I thought the Mother one is funny because it's like Mother Nature, although I don't think I've ever seriously worn this. I don't know if I ever will. I'm probably going to give it away. It's a great build. I mean, it's a fantastic fit. It's nice bowl, great brim, great curvature on the brim. Although just not quite my thing. So I'm going to put this in D. It's not for any lack of a hat. It's just not right for me. You know, if it was Realtree camo with something else like a sports logo or like another word, I'd probably rank it higher. But right now, it's just a D. Ho, automatic S tier. Don't even need to say anything more. Dire Wolf, sick hat, sick color, sick build. It's the National Parks logo parodied with Dire Wolf. Love the color. I bought it on lot. I've worn it at some awesome times. Automatic S tier. It's our first S tier of the day, so congratulations. Alrighty, this is my high school's hat, Terra Linda High School, and I got this from being on the golf team. It's a great hat, great build, solid hat. Curvature of the brim is nice, beautiful color. I wear it sometimes when I'm in my hometown. People say, "What's up?" or "I went there," or whatnot. But doesn't really have great use outside of it. I mean, again, I could wear it golfing, I guess, because it has the Under Armour logo on the side. So it's a cool hat, but it's a C tier hat. You know, it's nothing too exciting, but it's gets the job done, and it's kind of fresh, so I kind of like to keep it that way. Alrighty, this is my most recent hat, actually, of all of them. This is a Sahel camo Giants hat. You're probably wondering, what does that mean? So, you know, there's like desert camo, woodland camo, Arctic camo. Well, I chose this one because it's sort of Sahel. There's like desert elements, there's woodland elements, there's green, black, and I got it very cheap, right outside of a Giants game. It's a great fit, big bowl, but not too big. Beautiful, beautiful brim, very cheap also, and I'm really happy about it because it was a nice fit, nice purchase, and my most recent one. So I'm gonna give this one very respectable high B tier. It's a good Giants hat. It's my only Giants hat, so gotta support the boys. This hat has a long backstory, which I won't get into. It says Crew on it. Pretty boring, although I can wear it in some situations. It's a D tier hat. It's not gonna like win any awards with it. All right, here we have a very interesting hat. Here we have Golden Gate National Parks. And this hat used to be all black, and I bleached it for like a day, just soaking in bleach. And it's sort of tie-dyed a little bit. So I like the kind of tie-dye-ness, love the bleach color. Interesting patch, but it's a very funny fit. It's very loose. It's sort of a flat build. The embroidered patch is awesome because it's like very embroidered, which is super cool. Although it's just sort of a funny build. It's a good workhorse hat, although I haven't worn it too much. And so it's a C tier, you know, it's a good hat. I'm glad that it's bleached. It wasn't really my thing when it was black because had some stains on it, so the bleach kind of gets rid of that, but it's a good hat. It's a C tier. Awesome hat. I love this hat. This one is Eastern California Museum, Independence, California. This one has the best bill of any hat. Look at that bill. It's just so curved and just sharp and beautiful. So I got this in Independence, California at the Eastern California Museum. And I chose it honestly because of the color. There's like a blue one and like a red one, sort of rust color. This one, very unique color. I don't have any other hats like this. I wish that it was the same color all around, like it didn't have this white patch. Although it's a great hat. I've worn it on hikes and work days, and I actually brought it with me one time. And I met the director. I happened to meet the director of the museum when I was out there. So I got my hat and we took a picture together. So awesome hat, A tier, 100%. It's a nice middle of the pack A tier hat. Oh, automatic S tier as well. Bishop's Ranch. This hat is so funny. Look how like the color of it used to be dark, sort of battleship gray. And then I've worn it so much. I got this in summer of 2018. I've worn it so much. It's like this. Great hat, great build, great message. They don't make these anymore, so get them while you can. But this one, S tier, 100%. Automatic S tier on that. Oh, Bass Pro Shops hat, classic. Everyone's got to have one. This one is a real funny backstory. Some dude actually bought it for me. We were just walking around. Anyway, long story, walking around Bass Pro Shops, and this dude was like, I'll buy it for you. And I was like, for sure. So got this hat. Classic hat. Love the color. You can float it really easily. You can wear it backwards. A tier. This is a good A tier, solid A tier hat. Oh, okay, we're going off frame here. Harvard University. DeVry University. S tier. This is one of the first hats that I ever bought on my own. I bought it at Harvard. I was going to get a blue one, and my brother was like, no, get a red one. It's more classic. Seldomly wear it. It's more of a relic now, although sick hat. So Harvard hat, S tier. Harambe? No. So this one's a San Diego Zoo hat. Interesting story about this hat is I used to have this same design on a bucket hat that I bought at the San Diego Zoo when I was in 8th grade. And then I outgrew it because it was too small. So I gave it away, really sad, gave away the bucket hat. And then I was thrifting and I came across this hat and I was like, I used to have this hat. So it says San Diego Zoo on the side. It's black. It's a good fit. It's a very middle of the road fit. I mean, it's nothing too special, but it fits well. It's all black. Love the design on it. Great design, great color, great contrast. It's a solid high B tier hat. You know, I'm not wearing this one every day. People have said remarks on it when I do wear it. They're like, "Oh, I like your hat," or "That's a funny hat." So that's kind of cool, but it's a solid B tier hat. Arsenal. This hat's interesting. It's super crisp, bright red. I don't like to wear red hats too much just because they've been super ruined. Although this one's cool. Whenever I do wear this, and I've worn this maybe, a half dozen times in my life, truly whenever I wear it, someone says something, which is kind of cool. So it's that kind of like Arsenal represent. So I like it. It's a crisp look, good build. I want to keep it that way, so I'm not going to be, doing work in this hat or anything. So this one, I'd say it's a B tier hat, solid B tier, reliable, good color, although I'm not wearing it like every day. Corn-fed cowgirl. I bought this hat in Atlanta, Georgia at a gas station that had awesome hats. And I was so enthralled by it. And I didn't have a good hat with me, so I bought it. And it's a funny fit. It's a very nice bowl. Funny message. Also thinking about giving this away, although it does mean a lot to me because I got it kind of a funny time. So this one's probably an A tier hat just because it's so funny. And it's so like I wear it like post ironically, like it's not even just ironic. It's like multiple dimensions of irony when I wear it. And it's a good hat, tiny bit small, but awesome to float. Like you can just super float on this hat. So I'm gonna say this one, it's a low A tier, but definitely an A tier hat. Moving on to our next friend here, the all camo Novato Chevrolet hat with the Bible verses on the side. We have Psalms 12, Romans 8, Psalms 112. Funny hat. I mean, it's Novato Chevrolet, first of all. It's kind of funny. I used to have a bunch of these Novato Chevrolet hats, and slowly I've gifted them to people who hold very special connections to Marin and to Novato. This is the remaining one. It's an awesome hat. Again, very ironic wear, although super sick hat. Raised patchwork. The Bible verses on the side, I think, are just so funny. It's good front, it's good back. This one, respectable B tier hat. Very respectable B tier hat. All right, next we have Tau Sigma. This hat also I try and keep kind of fresh. I love this hat. I was an inducted brother into Tau Sigma Theta Iota chapter, served 1 year as vice president and 1 year as treasurer. So a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this organization. Very interesting color hat, sort of like a cream, sort of almost very light cream, or dark cream rather, like cream and coffee sort of mixture. And this one I don't wear very often because it's kind of a weak build. Like it doesn't really fit. Like it doesn't, the bowl is shallow. It's not a nice deep solid bowl, but I keep it clean. So, and one time when I was wearing this hat, a coworker said that I look like I support apartheid when I wear this hat. So I'm gonna give this one a high C tier. It's gonna be a high C tier just because don't wear it too often, although it's a really cool patch. Fly Emirates airline. This hat I got for $2 at a consignment store in the town of Sonoma, California. And I seldomly wear it, honestly. But it is an airline hat. It is an awesome color. It has a very cool, like, embroidered buckle. Not embroidered, you can't embroider a buckle. Like a little, like, logo of the buckle. Good fit. Whoopsie. Good fit. It's kind of drippy. Like, it's not a work hat. Like, you won't find me going on a hike in this, but you will find me, going out to dinner in this. So, again, don't wear it too often. I'm going to put it high D tier just because it's there, but again, seldomly wear it, and it's honestly more of like a statement piece than an actual like hat at this point. So, alrighty, super cool hat. The digital camo Boeing hat. This hat's awesome. I also got this used at a clothing sale, and it's a great fit. It's really cool. Boeing, we really shouldn't be supporting Boeing right now. They've been like literally killing former employees. I do like airplanes though, and it's cool because it says Boeing in the front and it has the Boeing logo inside. It's a good fit. I wore this to Joshua Tree National Park, which was an awesome trip. So I'm going to put this guy middle of B tier just because of like, it's a solid build and a good hat, although it's kind of like silly to sort of be like tromping around with it right now. Next one, we got the New Era A's hat. Super reliable. Also a very new acquisition for me. It was given to me by my brother. This is the official like on-field A's hat. And it's awesome to float. You can really float it. When I got my lettuce in the back and my horses in the back with this hat on, it's kind of game over. Like, so I'm proud of this hat, honestly. Very proud of this hat. Solid A tier hat. I mean, I'm going to say B tier actually. It's a high B tier hat because, rest in peace, the Oakland Athletics, but, super cool hat. All right, this hat, the Native Sons of the Golden West. Interesting hat. Fairfax Parlor number 307. It's a very interesting build because the front is so wide that it kind of like sort of sits on your head almost. Great bill, although the bowl kind of ruins it. I've worn this hat precisely one time. Don't know if I'm going to wear it again. This one, I think it's our first F tier. Like you will not find me wearing that hat too often. Legendary A's hat. Dark gray. Again, used to be really dark gray and this very sun bleached. This hat came to my father in the Russian River. My father was just chilling in the river and he fished this hat out of the water. Truly, like it was just like came up out of the river. And it's an awesome hat. Very reliable, good work hat. It's pretty long, like it's a very long hat. And again, it's very special to all of us in the family. I'm going to say this one's a high A tier. This one's probably going to be the highest A tier hat at the moment. ATM. Just because it's a solid. Also, I'm really rethinking some decisions. Like Booker's definitely going to move down to B tier. This is getting kind of messy, but that's okay. Booker's going to move down to B tier. Okay, this hat's interesting. So it says, live and let live, don't drive distracted. Cisco safe. I got this as a gift from my father for Father's Day. And then, like years ago. And then, you know, a year or so after, I was going through all of our hats, like the family hats. And I was like, oh, Dad, do you ever wear this? He was like, nope, I don't even know about it or something. And I was like, okay. So it clearly didn't resonate with him, you know, when I gave it to him. And so I kind of reclaimed it. Interesting hat, very bright. It's good to wear when you're like doing construction work or something. But it doesn't come in too handy. So I'm going to give this one a D tier just because it's not too interesting. I don't wear it too often and maybe it could come in more handy. But for right now, it's a D tier hat. Baltimore Orioles. Very interesting hat. This one, it doesn't even say that. It's just the bird. It's just a straight bird on there. And there's some bite marks, which I don't know whether they're from a human or a dog. And I don't own any dogs. So this one is from maybe someone else's dog. And then on the inside, it has handwritten name Ben Schneider. And it's a very important family friend of ours. So it used to be his hat and then now it somehow ended up with us. So it might have been his dog that bit it. Cool hat. Sort of floppy, you know, it's an old school hat. Again, it's good. That's all black with the cool logo. I loved this hat when I was younger. I'm going to give this respectably, a respectable high B tier. Respectable high B tier hat. Not wearing it too often because it's kind of ratty, although it has some real lore, which is awesome. San Francisco 49ers. This hat is awesome. It's very thick, actually. The brim is really thick. The material is very thick. It's canvas. I've worn this on some work trips. I've worn this watching the Niners. My brother actually wore this during the Super Bowl. I didn't wear it. And when they lost. And important hat, my brother gave it to me. And he said, I've had some good times in this hat. You know, I know you'll do it justice or something. Very touched by that. It's not quite my fit because it's sort of thick and the brim isn't super curved. So I'm going to give this one a C tier. It has history, it has importance, but for me personally, it's a C tier. For my brother, it's probably a little bit higher, but I'm going to put it respectable C tier. All right, here we on to our last hat of the day. This is a UPS hat that used to belong to a real UPS driver named Ted, or Tom, or Tim, actually. I truly don't know. I think it might be Tom. In like Santa Barbara area, California. And on the brim, it has the word crowd written. I have no idea why that is. My brother gave it to me. So it went from a UPS driver to my brother to me. And on the back, it is chewed up by a dog in Colorado. A dog chewed it up, which I'm pretty bummed out by. It's a funny build also because it's a pretty shallow fit. Although when I wear this, it gets attention. I mean, people notice it and say funny things about it, which I like. So it's a cool hat. And the decal is like felt. The decal is feels really good. So it's overall really good hat. I wore this cross country and I actually had this hat with me when I bought the corn-fed cowgirl. Well, not with me, but like in my orbit when I bought the corn-fed cowgirl hat. So it has many miles on it, although it's just kind of a funny hat. I'm going to give it lower B tier, but it's respectable. Super respectable hat. Alrighty, well, there we have it. All of the hats right now laid out before us. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment below. Which hat was your favorite? Do you agree with my list? Would you put other hats in other places? And then just running through real quick, we have S tier, 3 hats in the S tier category. Direwolf, Bishop's Ranch, and Harvard. Automatic S tiers, all 3 of them. A's, we have some good ones, which I may move some of the A's honestly down. Bass Pro Shops, classic. The Russian River A's hat is awesome. King's hat, again, super cool. B tier is our most solid one, so which is good. You know, we don't want to have overloaded on the ends. And then C tier, favorite hat in the C tier list, it's got to be the Tau Sigma, just because it's a classic, good look. D tier are like hats that I don't wear very often. Coolest hat of that one's got to be Fly Emirates. We have the Obama Biden hat in E tier just because of the fit. It's just sort of silly. And then F tier, we have the Native Sons of the Golden West. F tier, that just kind of sits there. So this is my list. Thank you so much for watching. Please do comment down below what was your favorite hat, and if you have any hats that you like, let me know which hat you'd like too. Like from my list, from your list, let me know in the comments. Love to hear from you. Remember, wear sunscreen and tell your loved ones you love them. Bye-bye.